And I click the button, and the line's got it. Okay. It's going. It's like arrowing. We're going live. We're going live. And we're live. Oh, hey, Keith, go.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing online, people are starting to understand if you don't know what's happening with Israel, Palestine, Hamas, you don't have to say something. Because even if you're watching the news, they're repeating fake stories, they're repeating untrue videos. And I see people are starting to get, hey, let me calm down a little bit. But I'm also seeing they still have to post something because everybody's itchy. And now I think all life is precious and nobody should be murdered. I'm like, God damn it. Why do you still have to say? And now I have to say, I don't want people murdered. Like now I have to do work by you not saying something and you're still saying something. Well, I'm Keith Malley. I don't think people should be murdered.
You're so deep.
Oh, it's upsetting me. Anyway, let's get right to it.
I'm Chemda, and I think my parents should get the fuck out of Israel.
Right.
That's my hot take.
Oh no, they got that ocean where you can float in even if you can't swim.
It's beautiful. But right now they have 3 children in the United States of America. They have passports to get there, and 2 of those kids can possibly welcome them in. So you have, but Addie, when you live there, do you go, because they have siblings and like cousins, like, you know, most of my family's
Sure.
in Israel. Do you go like, all right, guys, see you later. Hope you make it. Bye.
Right.
Hey, you're my favorite. Bye.
Should have dropped off a couple kids when they were 4 years old in America. Oh, well. Today's guest, the great Courtney Maginnis. Hello, Courtney.
What's up, y'all?
What do you think? What are you thinking? Israel, Palestine?
As a blonde, please decide.
As a blonde, and you know, I am from the suburbs, like I've mentioned. You know, I just want everyone to have fun out there, and I want both teams to have fun. That's it.
Go get them. Well, how you doing, you little bish? I listen to Narcissistas. I know how people talk. You're cool. You're fashionable, right? You hot little cunt. How you doing over there? You dried up skank. How's it going? Good to see you. Everybody loves you. Everybody misses you.
Thanks so much for saying that.
That's
so sweet.
I'm
doing good. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. I actually do have this fun sweater, so I am feeling chic today. You know, I'm just feeling fresh and fancy, hanging in there. Every day is a nightmare, but we keep on going, don't we, folks? We keep on going.
You do know fashion. I want to get to that, believe it or not, and I want to talk about.
She complimented me. Okay, we'll get to that later.
By the way, when are we getting this podcast from you? It was the title. I mean, that is the hardest part, and you had that down about 6 years ago. I love you, but your music sucks. Now, I didn't know.
So good.
Now you have to do it though, and I see that. I know that's where it becomes time consuming to actually do the project. What's happening?
Keith, thank you so much for bringing it up, because I will say you are the fuel to make this podcast happen. Because the last time, for those listeners that watch the game show, you did give me shit about this last time I saw you.
Right.
And so since I last saw you, we have landed on a date. We have recorded several episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you, but your music sucks. We'll be dropping on November 2nd, Casey and I's 4th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's nice.
It's lovely. You got to have content for the internet. And so we're doing video. We're posting the pod. It's going to be great. And it will be to spite you, Keith. It's all dedicated to making you shut the hell up.
I just want people at award shows. And to Keith and the Girl, fuck you. It's out. Okay.
All right. I did it. Are you happy now, Dad?
Have you seen the Taylor Swift movie?
Oh, no, I have not. I already have tickets to my Beyonce movie. Okay. I have tickets to the re-release of Crossroads, the movie, in honor of Britney Spears' book coming out next week, which we could probably touch on.
Hold on. Are they doing that? Because what's her face from Avatar is in that. And the other one is dead.
And are you ready? No. You're thinking of Brittany Murphy. It's yeah. That's okay. It's Taryn Manning, but that's totally fine. We'll edit that out.
You get what I mean.
This is how the show started. Everybody doesn't need an opinion on everything, right? This is her wheelhouse, not all of ours.
Do you know who wrote Crossroads? Shonda Rhimes. Isn't that great? Of like TV fame, of Scandal, of everything. Like Shonda Rhimes wrote Crossroads. Obsessed.
Really?
So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing Beyonce's film in December 1st, And I'm not a Swiftie. I think I'm too old. I'm too not. I don't like sad music.
Are you
Britney,
like
Beyonce,
right?
Rihanna. Like I need
things with passion, right?
I need something I can grind to. You're not really grinding to T Swift. And I respect everyone's stand-up, but that's just not my journey.
Right.
Did you see it?
Twice, yeah. Once I saw once so I could just watch it when all the kids were at school, and then at night so I could sing along. Yeah, fantastic. I see why I got 100% from critics. It's a beautiful. But let's get to Britney Spears, since this is what you know about. Okay, there is the new book coming out October 24th. It's called the Woman in Me.
Yes,
a song that 5 other women made, but not her. But anyway, the title is The Woman in Me. She reveals, among other things, that she had a baby at 19 with Justin Timberlake, also 19, I believe.
Mm-hmm. She got pregnant,
got pregnant and had an abortion.
Oh, okay. Good for her. I thought she had a baby. I'm like, they covered that shit. How? Where was I? What?
Good for her. Just funny.
Her stomach. It's so flat.
Just funny. It's in a book. Like somebody in the Justin's team supposedly said Justin's a little nervous, and then somebody in Britney's team said it's not like a tell-all like that. Don't be nervous. And then Justin's with his family, like, oh, look at that. Look what's in this book.
Jessica Biel's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Spears reveals that she got pregnant in the late 2000s with Justin Timberlake, and it was, quote, a surprise, but, quote, not a tragedy. Both singers were 19.
She always wanted babies. That's Britney's thing. She always wanted a family.
Yeah.
She always wanted kids. Justin was the one who said he didn't want that. And that's why she went through with the abortion. She said that she went back. I do believe that.
You do. May I? And you're the authority, but may I?
Please.
I would think it's more her camp that didn't want that, because like you said, the stomach was flat. The
record sales were up.
Get it. You know, all that can't be with the.
I got chills.
Yeah, that was at the height of her nakedness.
Of course. And I guarantee that people from her team weighed in. I guarantee.
I don't know that Justin Timberlake would be so affected more than her actual team and her, so much that he would, as a also 19-year-old, I think he's Southern, you know, they're all from this like magical, I was a virgin forever space, you know, all that, to be like, no, you should have an abortion. I think it's the adults around them, but
I'll say this as you're thinking, as an outsider, I personally don't want to put up a poster of Britney with a baby bump. Okay, there, I said it. I love Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day.
That's what I'm
much
saying.
Earlier than I'd anticipated. But Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives. I kept spinning and spinning and spinning so that he changed his mind, but he just walked away. I love the spin. God, it's fun to spin.
Stop it.
Huh?
It's fun to spin. I honestly,
she thinks spinning is an abortion.
Oh my God, I'm going to let all of these go because I love you both.
Right.
Thank you so much.
No, I will never forget that you said this.
Baby, bye, right?
Oh.
No. Listen.
You're toxic. I'm getting rid of you.
Oh my God, wait, but that's the thing. Every time, you remember that song, Every Time? Now, looking back, that's totally about having an abortion. And we all thought it was about Justin Timberlake.
How does Every Time go?
Every time I find you in my dreams, I steal your face. You're haunting me. I guess I need you, baby. Go but rewatch the video because it's fantastic. Her extensions look amazing.
You know, when you, by the way, when you play music on YouTube, they give you a strike. It's popping in right now that it says we're totally good. I'm
Listen,
sure people.
I'm multifaceted, and one of those facets is not singing. Okay.
I'm sure people will hate me for this, Brittany writes, but I agreed not to have the baby. I don't know if that was the right decision. If it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it. And yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. To this day, it's one of the most agonizing things I've ever experienced in my life.
100% believe that. Brittany has always wanted a family. Brittany never really wanted to be famous. She was very clear about it. She made hit songs about it. She had a very tumultuous family life growing up. She basically was she had the financial burden of her entire family since jump, like since she was a little tiny baby. Like her winning contests all over the country, all that went to their fucking bills. Brittany had a rough time growing up, and I can't even get started on her dad. We don't have the time. But I just, she
doesn't even have the time.
I think I figured it out, though. I think we all figured out what you're saying about the dad, just to be clear.
Yes, okay. But I just feel like she wanted that baby, no doubt about it. So whether it was her team who was like, encourage, obviously her team never had her best interest in heart. Look what happened. Whether it was that, obviously there's billions of dollars to be made off this poor fucking woman who didn't even want any of this. But also, Justin Timberlake is a slimy little fuck. And that is coming from an NSYNC fan for life. Okay. I love NSYNC. I love Justin's. You what? NSYNC. You love NSYNC? I love NSYNC. Do you like Better Place? Oh my God, so good. So good. So good. I love them. I love them. And I do love Justin. I love Future Sex, Love Sounds. I love Justified. I do love Justin. But I also think he's just fucking benefited so much from being a white man in that time period that it's like so fucking obvious. He obviously knew that he was going to leave NSYNC and be a solo act. Like he didn't want a baby changing
not fair if I may, and I really cannot believe this I have more of an attitude about this than the fucking Israel-Palestine
this is getting so much more heated than any discussion about that ever.
I think the white guy, whatever, but I saw him as a child also that was like, oh shit, I'm famous, and I do think he picked up much better on it and went with it much better on it, but
because he had a mom who's
Courtney, she cheated on him.
He cheated on her. It came out in the fucking book. He cheated on her too. He cheated on her too.
Who did it first, Courtney? You care.
Who benefited from it? Who benefit from it?
I'll tell you what. You let me see Justin spin in a circle 30 fucking times. Never mind with knives or snakes. And then we'll have a conversation. And if you are sick of Justin, by the way, you can hear Poison's version of Sexy Back. It's so much better. Yeah.
Oh, God, Keith. Oh, God,
that's right. The toxic pop star admits that she, quote, would drink daiquiris with her mom when she was in 8th grade. For fun.
Okay, that's just fun. That's just fun, though.
She says that. Quote, for fun, starting when I was in 8th grade, my mom and I would make the 2-hour drive from Kentwood to Biloxi, Mississippi. And while we were there, we would drink daiquiris. We called our cocktails toddies, whatever the fuck that means.
And then you drove 2 hours home?
I love that I was able to drink with my mom every now and then. She says, while adding that their drinking wasn't so bad, not compared to their dad's. Quote, the way we drank was nothing like how my father did it. When he drank, he grew more depressed and shut down. We became happier, more alive and adventurous. And may I spin now? She has this spin dance, by the way. She is so close to having that dance down, isn't she? I think she's bringing in weapons a little too fast, but she is so close to the perfect spin.
For God's sakes, Keith, they were fake knives. Get over it.
They were fake knives that looked very sharp and clanged when she hit them together. I don't know what the word fake means, but okay, sure, they were fake.
There is a compilation. I'm going to find it and send it to you, Keith. There's a compilation of Britney in photo shoots from the early 2000s looking stunning, but she's fucking twirling and dancing and doing her fucking moves. And it's like, she's always done this. She's always been this girl. She's always been this woman. Always.
If I thought getting criticized about my body in the press was bad, it hurt even more from my own father. He repeatedly told me I looked fat and I was going to have to do something about it. The woman in me was pushed down for a long time. They wanted me to be wild on stage, her parents and her crew. They wanted me to be wild on stage the way they told me to be, and to be a robot the rest of my life. It was death to my creativity as an artist. Since a Los Angeles judge terminated her conservatorship in 2021, she's been spinning nonstop indoors and outdoors by tree.
Shut the fuck
Interesting.
up.
Okay. She says Britney Spears claims that she was up for the Rachel McAdams role of Allie in the 2004 romantic drama hit The Notebook. Yeah, that's weird because my dad said he was offered the role. So that's interesting. Can you imagine? I'm going to believe that one's not true.
No, I think what we learned from that movie, what's the movie? The Britney movie?
Crossroads.
I think what we learned from Crossroads is not an actor.
Listen,
Not an actor.
I will not go on the record saying that. Okay. But I hear you and I see you. And thank you for your feedback. Also, I really want you to go to see Crossroads with me. I'm making Casey go. It's Union Square Monday night. All right.
This Monday?
Yes, you should come.
What do you guys work out as a married couple? Like you take him to Crossroads and then he gets to fuck somebody. That's not you, right? Like, what do you guys figure out to make it fair?
I'd like to see him try. No, every once in a while.
I got fake knives too.
Once in a while, I'll have to watch a fucking AEW, which is the new cool WWE. I'll have to sit there and he'll be like, oh, so this guy's entrance is different because this guy, and he's influenced clearly by this guy. And I go, oh, cool. And then he does that for me, and that's marriage. That's compromise. Okay.
Wow. And that's how this show started. Every day's a living hell, but we try to get by. Okay, I follow.
But we do love it.
Let me ask you this.
I do think marriage is that balance of I would super not be paying attention to you right now on this fucking subject, but I love you. It's the compromise of how much do we have to do that?
Exactly. And sometimes the balance, I will admit, sometimes the balance is not correct. So I have to go, okay, we'll change it up a bit. You know,
that's why I think everybody needs to have friends. It's like, can you give that to other people too, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe
the
somebody
pandemic
else
was rough. I go, why don't you go outside, go on a walk, FaceTime someone? Why don't you FaceTime someone, huh? You seem like you have a lot to get off your chest.
Is there wrestling? And he goes, honey, you're on your phone. And you're like, you're lucky I'm in the building. On my phone.
You're lucky we're still married. Okay.
What do we think when it comes to fat? Speaking of, Britney Spears and gaining weight and this kind of thing, the new Hollywood thing is Ozempic. And it's,
sure.
And this pill seems to be, you lose weight
crazy
dramatically. People are saying it might be what Kelly Clarkson is on right now.
Because cocaine has always been around in Hollywood.
Right. This seems to be even better than cocaine.
No fentanyl. Okay.
Yeah, which is good. Why don't they send me a few sample trials?
You've heard about this? So what are your thoughts?
Not only have I heard about it, because Khloe Kardashian, I think that's how she lost a bunch of weight too.
It's so dramatic, and everybody goes like, "Oh, I eat carrots now."
Yeah, exactly. Fuck off.
Right.
Yeah. It's literally chemically changing your body to not be the normal weight that you should be. That's what it is.
Right.
But I not only have I heard about it, I get ads for it on Instagram and stuff. I get ads for it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's my demographic. I don't know if everyone else is doing that. I don't know if it can hear me in the mirror. Like, what the fuck is happening to my body? I don't know what it is.
Or if it monitors what you purchase at the store.
like, okay, bitch, empanadas again. Yeah.
When I date somebody and then I'll see things on the TV or in the newspaper about celebrities and they go over the top. They get that thing that are okay, you look good, and then they go too far. I always have to say, like, please don't touch your face. We're not there with that technology. I'm with you because you're hot. Does your husband ever say to you, like, hey, please don't be like one of these fashion idiots. You're good looking as you are. Don't even fuck with filler. Don't fuck with Botox. Does that ever happen?
If it financially was in the cards, he might say something.
Okay.
I think we're both so far from that. Every day he says he wants a hair transplant. And I go, no, no, but we're not, we don't have the money for that sort of thing. Okay, so this is my plan as far as surgery, because everyone my age is I'm 35 years old. Oh, Courtney, no, you look 20.
Well, you didn't give me a chance.
Yeah, take a breath. I would have filled it in. Speaking of filler.
You twat, you look great.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
You whore. I love you. Oh, you guys really get me. Everyone is getting Botox, and I decided, sure, financially I can't afford it, but also I'm not gonna get it, and I'm gonna keep going on the same auditions, and eventually I'll still be able to move my face and they won't. Yes. And so I'll kind of corner the market for a girl who can look really shocked, because they can't do that. So that's my 10-year plan.
Courtney Cox says getting facial fillers is her biggest beauty regret. Facial fillers. Courtney Cox, goddammit. You had a plastics. You went That's under the knife. Michelangelo changed your face. Michelangelo, Picasso. What? Don't like. It's funny to me when you go out of your way to say, "Hey, don't do this, ladies," but you're lying about what you did.
What you did, just a little nip and tuck, bitch. Right. You have a new face. Yeah, it's really wild. And I honestly don't think I'm sure their moms look great. Like, what are you so scared of? Looking like a normal human?
They kept her in the Scream movies, but they'd act like the Scream guy chopped off her face and then she came out of the hospital. It's the only way it made sense. She says getting the facial fillers. Surgeon. Yeah, facial fillers is her biggest beauty regret. There's so much pressure to stay looking young. By the way, you look great. Nobody was shitting on you.
Great.
There's so much pressure to stay looking young in this industry that once you start, it becomes a bit of a domino effect and you keep on having more. To the rest of the world, your face is so obviously changing, but to yourself, because you're only having one procedure at a time, you don't notice. It was a total waste of time, and I wish I haven't caved into the pressure of having it. Me too.
Listen, I know that you're so critical of that, but listen to everything she just said. She told you how she realized that she went too far. She told you how it happened.
Too many with her third filler was too many fillers. Fillers last months. Fillers last months to a year.
He knows. He's looked it up. He's done the research.
I've looked it up.
He's thinking about doing it. He's thinking about getting. What's the one where you make your face look like Squidward? What's it? Buckle? You know what that is?
You just staple it back.
Yeah, insane. I want that. Well, you go scary.
Like you sink in your cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh, they scrape out your. They scrape out your insides or something.
Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. See, Chemda's agreeing. Stop it, everybody. Stop it.
Chemda, have you done anything ever?
No, I don't. No, I've never done anything. I'm not gonna color my hair. I'm gonna go gray. I'm gonna go wrinkly. I'm gonna go gross.
Iconic.
And see,
I'm gonna let people know that I can blink. I'm gonna let people know that I smile. People are gonna be able to tell that once in a while I was sad.
But you know what? I do have to be ready to become invisible. So it's, you could say that and no one's going to tell me that I look bad. You always go like, no one's telling you look bad. You look hot. You look this, you look that. Everyone's telling you look gorgeous, but you could see things and you can feel things and things. So I understand what I'm going to get by not adjusting myself, but I also understand that I'm going to get what I want. I need to live in my age. That's I understand why
real shit.
I understand why you wouldn't want to live in your age in this country and multiple places in our universe.
And why you'd rather look like half a cat.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're wondering, should I do it in the society presser? Yes. When we have the technology, let's talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, also the technology has improved much more than the 90s,
Yeah.
But yes, what you're saying, absolutely. Oh my God, I feel it so deeply. That was so beautifully said.
Thank you.
But also,
yep, exactly.
Throw a fucking filter on it. I don't know. it makes me really upset how much time and energy already, and this is coming from someone who loves that shit. I love when people have wild like makeup and crazy, and I love when people go over the top. I love it all, but I think the day-to-day upkeep of beauty is so fucking frustrating and draining. Like getting my fucking hair done, doing everything. I feel like I don't have my nails done. I haven't been getting my nails done because I don't have the money right now, and it's like, oh, I don't know. I want to rebel against all of it. It makes me so fucking angry. And
you know what you need? Be lazy, because I think that's most of why I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Most of why I'm not doing is I could either clean my house or fucking touch up my roots, you know?
Right.
And
That's
I
true.
hate touching up my roots. I hate going to the hair salon. I hate going.
It takes so much time. It's so much time. It's like half a day.
Yeah,
and I have like 10 strands of hair. That's it. I also like, it is so depressing too, because if I was getting Botox or was, in a Soul Cycle cult or something, I'd probably be more successful in comedy, because it's becoming so visual now, because everything's on Instagram. Everything's like, how many followers do you have? That now it feels like it matters more than ever, and that makes me even more angry.
You see what's happening right now. And Keith, I hope that you're confused, because here we're looking at a super hot fucking woman.
What specifically?
Start with my tits and work around.
Start with my tits. You can't even see them in the shot.
And this is our inner monologue. If I looked better, if I lost this much more weight, it was, and we don't know if that's coming from our parents, Hollywood, our like society in general. All of the above. Like, I'm sure people in an office are thinking, hey, if I was more attractive, people would listen to me more. I'd have their attention, without them realizing this isn't people shitting on us on a daily basis. This is an inner monologue that has been like you get the computer and it's already installed with something. It was installed. We don't know the out button. And it seems for some that they think the out button is surgery. And they've watched, that piece being surgically removed from other people. And then their relationship with their money grows.
Yeah.
And so,
it is just wild though, because now it's like statistical on here. It's like statistical evidence. I see the people. Yeah, on your phone. Sorry, you can't see the podcast. I watched. Granted, my entire feed is fucking comedy. Unfortunately, I'm sure most people who aren't like surrounded by comedy have more of a diverse thing, and they don't really realize why things are going viral. But I watch the things that go viral, and it is a lot of times a really pretty, symmetrical, skinny girl saying nothing. And this is a generalization. There's a lot of hotties, who've got jokes, but it's like really insane.
Don't fall for it, Courtney. Don't fall for it. Hold on. That is your timeline. I do not have a bunch of hot girls saying nothing in my timeline.
Ooh,
don't fall for it.
I have.
Change your algorithm so that you don't go deeper into this stuff.
No, it's like people you follow, you have that. And then it's my actual timeline is just Britney twirling. So don't worry. I know how to direct my energy. But I am saying it is.
It's in your head, right? Well, I'd like to apologize to all women out there to even suggest don't fix what isn't broken, and that you're good enough and that you are physically good looking enough people. I'm sorry I even said that. So
finally
stick in your head, and I didn't mean nothing about women. You're not broken. I didn't mean that. You know yourself best, apparently. And let these celebrities tell you what they want to
Keith, you always know the perfect level of condescension.
Thank you.
Really
it's like, wow.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
Let's all spin in 5 circles and regroup.
Oh my God, I wish I had your chair. I want to spin.
What do we think about Jada Pinkett Smith and all these revelations? Is this too much? Calm down because they're adults, or do we give a shit?
To be honest, I can't even keep up.
I don't know what she's saying.
What's she saying? I'm losing track.
They're not together, but they've never been happier. It honestly seems. So she said when we went to the Oscars, we weren't man and wife. And I think she's being, metaphorical,
Sure.
but they haven't been living together. And then says, quote, after the Oscars, we made our way back. I think that piece has been left out of the narrative. I stopped. What is this? Hold on.
There's too many words.
I never know what the fuck she's saying. I stopped okay. So I stopped in the book at the Oscars. So anyway, we all want to hear about the Oscars. Apparently the book ends when the Oscar, and then I went to the Oscars, the end. So that's not even in the fucking book. But anyway, in interviews, she's saying we went there not as husband and wife. When he slapped Chris Rock, that's when I knew we were husband and wife again. It turned her on. She's the one who loves Tupac, finally, who has Thug Life written on his stomach. Finally, Will Smith did something like a man, and it sounds like it turned her on.
Oh, that's
wow. That's why I didn't know this was all for a book. So she wrote a book. Okay. See, I've been wrapped up in the Britney stuff. See, That's my timeline. That's my timeline.
How big's your library? You only got so much.
I only got one shelf. Wow. Yeah. See, but also, Tupac was also like a theater kid, right? He was sort of like leaning into a part. Am I saying something controversial?
No, I don't know.
I don't. What theater is?
He went to like a performing arts high school. He
true?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I'm ignorant.
All I know is everybody said he was up about peace and love, and I play a track, and it's about how he's going to kill me.
Well, you deserve it. That's just for you.
That's my algorithm.
Your algorithm.
Well, it really depends, right? Because I think, that's part of why people felt a certain way about Tupac, right? Because he would say, keep keeping your head up. And then he'll be like, I'll fucking kill you. So from song to song, it was like, hey guys, let's just like each other. And then it's
a
like,
multifaceted artist.
Well, I'm every woman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
She said on the TV show Extra that there's also going to be another book she's going to do. Calm down. You just put this one out. There's going to be another book that she's going to write with Will Smith. And they have the title, and again, that's the hard part, right? The title is "Don't Try This at Home." So I picture Will Smith's gonna write a paragraph, and then she'll write, "That's not how it is, honey," and then he'll say, "You're right, sweetheart." Chapter 2. But
this is so wild to me. Why didn't they just get a divorce back in the day if they weren't happy? I don't know.
Fuck good. I mean, feels like she's in charge. It feels like she's in charge. And it feels like he doesn't know he has to check day to day if he's even in a relationship or not. He's got to turn on the TV or the gossip paper.
You know what I really want to know? Are they Scientologists or are they not Scientologists?
Oh, that's the number one question here.
Like, give me something to that. That'll really be like, okay, now you're saying something I want to hear about. And also, I heard another thing too. Like Chris Rock asked her on a date.
Chris Rock, she says all this. Chris Rock asked her out, but she never finishes any thought. So now we have to guess, like, what did that add to making Will jealous? And like, oh, you think you can make jokes? And I know that you asked her out because you thought we were divorced because we're fucking weirdos in public. She said, Will Smith isn't gay, but she understands why people would think that. It's a misunderstanding. No follow up on that. Tupac was her soulmate, but it just didn't work out. No follow up on that. I doubt
she said all of this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She doesn't mind.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I don't kiss Casey goodbye when I leave the house? He's like, you're mad at me.
Yeah.
Right. Could you imagine hearing your significant other of decades saying all this shit to the world?
I know, but I always wonder how they're playing us,
Sure.
They're playing me real well. He looks like a cock. She's looking like a bitch. And they got me. I fell for it.
I bought 3 copies of the
book. He's been promoting it for a week. So yeah, I guess
I bought 1 book for him, 1 book for her, 1 book for the truth.
Going back to the Tupac Shakur thing, part of his education was he transferred to Baltimore School for the Arts in the 10th grade, where he studied acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet. Oh. He performed in Shakespeare plays depicting timeless themes now seen in gang warfare, he would recall, and as the Mouse King role in the Nutcracker Ballet.
Oh, if P. Diddy knew about that, he would have rapped the shit out of him.
Absolutely. We didn't have Google back then.
You would have to kill him. You could have just mocked the shit out of him.
Right after that, it says, at the Baltimore School for the Arts, Shakur befriended actress Jada Pinkett, who became a subject of some of his poems, with his friend Dana Mouse Smith as beatbox. He won competitions at blah, 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 best rapper.
So it sounds like they had like a teenage love, and that's fine. Why would you call him your soulmate? It's not the man you had children with. Like, listen, if I said that about my white rapper ex-boyfriend, I would be wrong. That was just like a high school thing.
My 18-year-old girlfriend of 3 months, I knew I'd marry her, but we never fucked. That's my soulmate, but it just didn't work out. You know, because I went to college and I saw her with another dude in a room trying to surprise her. Anyway, my soulmate, though. My girlfriend's like, what the fuck?
That's so sad. Wait, you were trying to surprise her? And
I went to surprise her, and there's another dude in a room, not fucking, but like I knew, like, this is interesting. And then
there's some tension in the air.
Right. And then whatever we said in the hall, it was clear, like we were done.
Oh my God. I surprised my boyfriend one time when I was 19 also. And there was a woman there, and I'm just like, this feels interesting. I don't want to say anything because all you're having is dinner, and I have male friends, but why is there a vibe? And then later I was like, you idiot.
Because you opened the door and they went.
Well, the thing is, a piece of chicken in their mouth. Good to see you.
The thing is I don't think she knew either. I think we were both in the same position, being polite, like, you know, and he's just like staying as quiet as possible. Then he drove her home. When he came back, I'm like, okay. And he's like, I don't, you know, like making it seem like I'm so, you know, and then he started crying, and I was so young that crying was like, oh no. And then it was over.
This is why I've always been a crazy fucking bitch, because I got to know what's happening.
Because you were right.
I accuse first, figure it out later. That's
at least mine didn't play dumb. We were in the hallway, and I go, huh? And she goes, and I go, and she goes, uh-huh. And then I knew it was done. You got to talk like adults.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's the most fucking Catholic shit. Huh? That's how we talk. That's how we talk.
That's funny because in Judaism we go,
it all comes from the same place, but a little different.
Let me share. So different, huh?
I brought on my dad a little bit earlier. The only person that makes less sense to me than Jada Pinkett Smith is my dad. I just found out another amazing thing about my dad.
No,
there's nothing left.
No, there can't be more. Keith.
It can't.
First of all, the Dad Emails book is going to be so fucking good. It's being, formatted right now. It looks sexy. It's looks artistic. Does that make sense? Like I looked at it being formatted, I'm like, this is the book.
Yeah. Like if A24 made books.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Very excited. But you can hear the story as it went on at keithandthegirl.com/dad, DAD. And we learned that my dad supposedly, no, this is true, obviously. He has 4 PhDs. He was going to get hired at Oxford to teach a doctorate course on ESP. He was the top magician of the year. He's going to be on Carson. All these things he had turned out. By the way, just to remind you, I was watching this superhero TV show, The Shield, and it's about humans without powers, but they make the humans be great, and they give one of the women 2 PhDs. And it's like, this is the studio that makes the Hulk and Thor, and to make somebody amazing, they only gave him 2 PhDs. My dad says he has 4, and Marvel's like, that's out of fucking control. But here's Superman, That's how you know that not only did he not attend any of this, that he doesn't even know what it's like to attend. Because when you exaggerate so much, you don't have any experience in it. You're lying like a person who doesn't know the truth. And that's a bad liar.
You gotta tell the truth, but a little bit different. That's how you lie.
He was almost the head of the Treasury, Courtney.
Wow, that's so incredible.
He didn't get the job. He saw the guy in a diner that was in charge of the Treasury, chatted him up. He was going to take his place. yada, yada, yada. Then Ronald Reagan was stopping funding for regular civilians to
He's like, I don't want to live in the DC area. That's too much.
You would think we wouldn't be so
down.
broke for a guy that could handle the treasury of America. You'd think I wouldn't have to wear, plastic bags in my winter boots. But anyways, that's life. He brags about turning down all these things, but we were dirt poor and drove my mom crazy. Okay.
You guys really were very, very poor.
He trained the Olympians like a mind philosophy to win in weightlifting. Meanwhile, he never watched weightlifting on TV, never watched the Olympics on TV, like all these things, never seemed interested at home. But everything happened, until we were born, everything seemed kind of boring. But before that, all these adventures and millionaire women trying to marry him, but he's stuck with mom. He just throws that out there. Easily 2 women. They didn't even hold hands, but they wanted to marry him and offered him millions. And it's like, okay, am I punished or is this the punishment? What am I in trouble for?
Meanwhile, you guys shared dirty bath water to wash yourselves.
Right. We all use the same water. And after 9 p.m. or before 9 a.m. when the rates were cheaper.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, Keith. This is... no, please continue because it's hard to absorb all of this.
If you have VIP, keithandthegirl.com/VIP, Daddy Issues is one of our favorite shows that we do. And it's me and my brother Ken. And it's amazingly shocking. And there's always something brand new. The latest one is he's the second fastest runner in all of Ohio because
your dad.
My dad, because at a church function, he raced the great quarterback Bernie Kosar and beat him. Never mind, Bernie Kosar is close to my age than my dad's. Anyways, none of this could happen on any planet, but he beat him. So he was the fast runner. Bernie Kosar was going to give him a sports scholarship in football. My dad turned it down, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody once beat dad running. So he's the second fastest in Ohio. Okay, next paragraph,
So sorry, what year is this?
Right. Oh, we got our buddy Matthew. He's making a chart of all the things my dad said.
I love it. I love that.
Everything's blending together. He was a very busy guy. I love that. How he got to be a priest, I have no fucking idea. But now I'm questioning that.
Can you put that on like a poster so people can study it? I would love that. I would love that.
That's good. Like a map of the timeline.
like the periodic elements.
Yes.
Speaking of Matthew S says ESP predicted gold, but FBI, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, he has gold coming to him, Abraham Lincoln. So my brother, Ken, and this is a true story. He has an electronic unicycle, very scary stuff, but he's able to ride it on one leg.
Stop. How? What?
Yeah.
Why would you even try that? Why
would you even know you can?
Yeah. Did you get off and you just kept going?
That?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Diagonal. You just lean the other way, son. But he is able to do that, and word got to my dad about that. So my dad says, "Hey, son, how are you?"
I was able to do that 10 years ago.
Well, funny you say that.
No.
The leaves in the local park are very nice. My dad starts the email. Which still remain on the trees. The ground is absolutely well carpeted with brown leaves. Now, my dad would tell my brother to get my brother's attention in a private email, because my brother's like the only one that keeps this going. He's not really tricked, but he's like, sure, let's have some fun. But my dad said he loves crunching leaves in the fall like a child. And he knows, and I think it was like 2 years ago now, he's going to crunch the leaves and die, and that's how he's going to pass away. And then I go, what the fuck, Dad? You still alive? And he's like, Ken, I didn't want you to tell everybody. And Ken's like, that you're going to die? I was just looking for attention, son. God damn it. The ground is absolutely... So it's October, and now we got the leaves. The ground is absolutely well carpeted with brown leaves. The problem is that the leaves are wet and matted from weeks of continuous rain. But I did find a small spot to very briefly walk in that was still slightly crunchy. Is he mentally challenged?
Do you remember when that performance artist, this is like probably 10, 15 years ago. There was a performance artist, Marina something, what's her name? And she would sit with people in a room and you would pay she would sit with people and she would just face you and stare at you in
At
a
the
room.
museum.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about? It was
Yes.
yeah. I can't think of her name right now, but I would pay $100,000 to do that with your dad. Make him look me in the fucking eyes and just
Fuck
be like,
Botox.
"Who are you?" Fuck Botox. I'll figure out a way to pay for it.
You are correct. We both love walking in nature. Balm for the soul. Congratulations on your one-legged complete circles. That must be a true feat of accomplishment. Your accomplishment reminds me of the first time that I went roller skating in a roller rink with a high school classmate. I could barely stand on the skates, so I did not go on the main floor. I kept practicing in an area off to the side. I finally got the nerve to go on the main floor, but I picked up serious speed and did not know how to slow down. I finally fell, turned into a bowling ball equivalent, and wiped out over 20 other skaters.
What?
No.
Like this right now, like it's a point of failing, and still it's dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't break a bone, but
I knocked
That's
over so many people.
Yeah, well, don't worry, it'll work out.
Did he grow up in a cartoon? What is this?
A bowling ball equivalent, and wiped out over 20 other skaters. They would not let me back on the main floor, so I practiced in a small area off to the side on doing a 180 jumping twist. After 4 hours of diligent effort, he loves those words. Diligent, integrity, he loves these words.
Who is in a skating rink as a child for 4 hours?
Where'd his friend go?
When you're a child, you're working in hour-and-a-half intervals.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Right.
And then it's time for a nap, or it's time to go pick up dad, or it's time to go your brother needs to be picked up. What the who skates for 4 hours?
People that want to pass with flying colors.
Also, this makes me feel like he has never been on skates in his life,
right?
Because he doesn't know how to even lie about it.
Right. And I don't mean to go backwards, but the bowling ball. So he tucked his skates in. How does he keep rolling like that?
I don't know how it happened either. Thank you for asking, Courtney. It was quite a debacle. And a moment I'm even ashamed to share, but there'll be a lesson in it of how I'm better than you and your stupid unicycle.
Wow.
They would not let me back on the main floor, so I practiced in a small area off to the side on doing a 180 jumping twist. You didn't know how to stop, and now I'm going to go to fucking Olympic level shit. 5 kids, by the way. I don't remember any of these moves, but I'll explain that. After 4 hours of diligent effort and countless falls, I actually got quite good at it, and I still was not permitted back on the main floor. Well, of course, you killed everybody. They probably have your picture in the back for all employees.
I'm sorry, but even knocking people down while you skate doesn't get you kicked off.
Of course.
It's so ridiculous. Oh my God, I loved skating as a kid. We used to have this place called Laces, and people would have their birthday parties there, and we'd get a glow stick and pizza. And if the parents paid for it, you get to ask for a second slice of pizza. And I would try to sneak a third one and then just feel fat. And then my mother would say, confirm that is what a fat person would do. Why don't you get on the ice skating thing?
Then I'm an adult and I heard about Ozempic. And then after 4 hours of
I love how you told that story as a kid, by the way. You're like,
right.
And I'm going to get another one. And then you sound like my nieces. It's so cute.
But then I fell and then...
But that's okay because they took down 20 people with me. That's insane. You'll never get over it.
After 4 hours of diligent effort and countless falls, I actually got quite good at it, but still was not permitted on the main floor. I never went skating in a roller rink after that. Oh, really? Mom wanted you to take us, but is that why? The skating rink was very large. The area that I practiced in was quite large, off to one side of the main floor. No part of the inside of the building was carpeted to my recollection. Certainly not the part I kept falling on. It was large enough that there were benches filled with people watching this fool try over and over again to, quote, do his thing.
Oh, you have an audience?
Yeah. When I finally succeeded, they all burst into applause.
Stop it.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy. I'm exhausted.
Yes!
I'm exhausted.
Oh my
You
God.
went
Keith,
from doing
you-
nothing. 4 hours later, all these people are still there. And they're
And they were
hey,
like,
honey,
that's the guy.
we gotta go home and feed the cat. And it's like, yeah, but I think he might get it. This
So
kid
it's
has
gonna turn
something.
on it. You know that kid that gave me a fucking concussion earlier? Twirl in a minute.
Mom, take me to the hospital. Like, wait, though. Watch this
plays
lesson.
out.
When I finally succeeded, they all burst into applause.
Hmm.
So let's see. My brother wrote, hey, you're able to go from not even knowing how to skate to being able to do a waltz spin on roller skates in 4 hours. A burst of applause is the least you deserve. But the entire rink applauded for you, but they still won't let you skate in the main area. I'm surprised the rest of the people didn't have a Rudy moment and kept chanting your name until they let you back in the main area. Michael. So that was the first and last time you ever skated? And my dad wrote back.
That's a great answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Great.
It was not the whole rink that saw me do it, just the people sitting on the long benches, maybe less than a total of 50.
What?
Maybe not even 50 people. Well, 0 is less than 50. Not even 50 people.
Did he see the movie Roll Bounce and he's just like describing this? What is happening?
It wasn't the whole rink that saw me do this, great turn. Just the people sitting on the long benches, maybe less than a total of 50 on the 3 sides of that large practice area.
How big is this skating rink? Olympic size?
They were
Yeah.
they're quite large, in fact, even though
Quite.
this was the side section. I don't even remember carpeting, as I recall. But I sure would have liked the Rudy moment had it happened. As it was, I was humbled by the applause. That was the first time and the last time that I was on roller skates that I can remember.
Is that what humility looks like?
Right. Very humble. I did the same one time on ice skates. It took a few tries, quite a few, but it was much earlier for me to master. Wait, sorry. My brain's breaking. I did the same one time on ice skates. It took a few tries, quite a few, but it was much earlier for me to master doing a flying camel after my roller skating experience.
A flying what?
Camel. I had to Google this. It's when you're on one foot, you start spinning on one leg, and you jump in the air and land on the other leg and keep spinning.
Are you serious?
Yes. Flying camel.
I ice skated as a kid. I took a few lessons also. It takes a lot to get air,
Yeah.
Like I would like, skate and then jump and be like, oh my God, both of my feet were off the ground. I would spin, but I couldn't lift off while spinning. I skated backwards. All of this was every Friday. Listen, I went to yeshiva, all right?
And Go off, girl.
Yes. And so what happened was on Fridays.
Can we not get too political?
Okay, yeah, sorry. On Fridays, we'd have short Fridays because the sun goes down and you have to stop working, stop doing. So they'd let us out early from school so we can, take care of the Shabbos things that we needed to do. But instead, we all went ice skating. So we would all go ice skate, during the winter. And I still couldn't do what your dad just said he can do.
And I've seen it come to skate. She could skate, she could skate backwards. To me, that's amazing skating. But my dad's doing these fucking Olympic moves.
That's so hard.
You should have been a man. Maybe then you could have actually got some air.
Bucho was saying, if you think Brittany can spin, you should have seen me. Michael Melly.
That's right. That's why Brittany doesn't impress me now. Because in my genes.
What is she on skates?
I did the same one time on ice skates. It took a few tries, quite a few. In fact, I dare say several, but it was much earlier for me to master than what? Than who? Much earlier for me to master doing a flying camel after my roller skating experience. So he had to Google that. But
I just
again,
got douche chills. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Douche chills.
Yeah, I have birth chills. I'm gonna fucking vomit.
But
that was a one-time thing during my first year in the seminary. Everything happened in the seminary. because we
Everything
can't find
but
proof.
studying.
Right. But again, well, flying colors. He was offered his own church, by the way.
Of course, in his basement. Yes.
Yeah. But again, that was the one-time thing during my first year in the seminary at a frozen flooded area in Riverview Park. I got a severe case of the flu for my efforts because I was sweating up a storm, overdressed, and the weather was very cold. PhD one is in science.
Yeah,
Science, math, finance, and ESP.
This
that's so impressive.
This is how you pick up a flu.
And in his regard, I got a severe case of the flu for my efforts because I was sweating up a storm, overdressed, and the weather was very cold. That ended my desire to ever ice skate again.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. You dress too warmly, you're gonna get the flu. That's just science.
Well, he diligently practiced, so he sweated a lot because of the being too hot, actually, in the cold, hot, blah blah blah.
When I was training for the Olympics, something similar happened to me.
Right.
So that's really crazy.
You get the Olympic flu right before.
You get the Olympic flu.
Yeah.
He lived for decades after. It never hit him like, I'll just not dress as warmly and do it indoors now. That ended my desire to ever ice skate again. Oh, it's such a severe case of the flu. I'll never ice skate again. But somehow you let us. That's interesting. Okay. Those cases were similar to, quote, okay, I did it. Time to move on. The roller skating rink held hundreds of people at one time. Simply going around counterclockwise in a very large oval did not interest me.
We're too basic for you. You needed to do like Tour de France style fucking bullshit.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
So I know what I could already do. It's spinning around in a fucking circle like a Mary Lou Retton or whoever does that shit. How did that just happen?
I don't know.
What just happened?
That was so weird.
A bubble with a thumb on it came on my screen because I said Mary Lou Retton. Mary Lou Retton.
Who did that?
Who did that? Wait, I'm trying to see if I can do something.
Yeah, me too.
No, I can't do anything.
My dad once did 5 thumbs up in a Zoom meeting when he was in the first year of seminary. All right, let me mention this. This Monday, we'll be live via YouTube where Hemda will be hosting the greatest game show on earth. Come watch silent trailers with the rest of the Keith and the Girl listeners. The chat during the show is just as fun as the actual show, so watch live Monday, October 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's this month.
Wait, no, that's today. Today's October 18th, so that's the wrong.
Not today. Not
Sorry.
today,
You dumb fuck.
Oh, here comes a thumbs down.
October 23rd.
October 23rd at probably 8 p.m. Who knows?
8 p.m. Eastern.
The next line Kenda told me to read is, I have it on my calendar, but I think I just got busted. But put it on your calendar now that you have the proper date. And subscribe to the Keith and the Girl channel on YouTube and you won't miss a thing.
Keith, do you have it on your calendar? Look up. Is it there?
What day? I'll be competing against Etheria Koo, Melody Kamali, Kerry Gravenson, Dave Hill. All right.
So, great.
Now, my dad was the best at this game when he was in the seminary, and I'm trying to make him proud. They didn't even have to. They didn't have to give a description of a movie trailer, and my dad was able to guess the movie.
Keith,
if I can book it, would you do head-to-head silent trailers against your dad?
The silence is deafening.
Crazy. Your silence is noted.
He would. We would have to be live, and he pops in, and because I will not talk to him other than that.
I see.
He wouldn't do it, so sure, why not? You know. But.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask. I mean, I know. You know, do you guys just don't talk?
We don't talk too much. I think last time he told me like, why you mocking me about this gold? I'm like, I just told you to fuck off, and I know you're trying to hit that you were hitting on my ex-wife, and now I'm writing a book about it. And he goes, well, let me tell you what this gold would equal. I'm like, oh, can I push out the gold? Eat my dick. So we're not talking right now, but he did try to get me back with billions of dollars in gold, and I wouldn't take it. I'm like, we didn't fight over the house when mom died. What am I gonna do? Kiss your ass for fake gold? So no, you are correct. We don't talk too much.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: can he pop in? Like, let's say we start a show at 7, and I schedule him for 7:30. He pops in with no mic check because that would be too much.
Right.
stuff. You into it?
Mm-hmm.
You be my dad. I'll tell you how to. You act like. What do you think my dad would say?
Oh, so I'll be your dad, or you'll be?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'll be me.
Okay.
And you just popped in.
Oh,
and I'll be your therapist.
Okay. So here's all right. Is this? Is it, hello?
Hey, shitbird.
Hey, son. Hello.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I really don't think I could. And my siblings are surprised when I said I'm never gonna talk to Dad again. I haven't.
But we're sending him a book,
I didn't even
right?
go to the funeral. We are sending him a copy of the book. Absolutely.
I have a question for you. Sincere question.
Go ahead. Will I sign it? Yes.
When we did the Kickstarter, we had people buying we're only doing a few physical copies, and they bought numbered physical copies.
Right.
And so I don't remember what number we got to. Are we numbering his 2,300 something? So he's not in the first.
Yeah. No, you're gonna go tens of thousands for that one for sure. I have a sincere question. I have a sincere question. Would you still talk to me if I hooked up with your dad?
Yes.
Okay,
I still talk to my mom.
Checking.
I still talk to my mom.
All right, well, that's great.
And she's dead. So it's funny. You don't talk to your dad who's alive, but you still talk to your mom.
That's right.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Courtney, so what do people have to know? First of all, they have to know about this upcoming podcast. It's called
November 2nd.
I Love You, But Your Music Sucks. November 2nd.
Let me tell you how you remember. Let me tell you how you remember November 2nd. You think, when is Chemda and Brittany's birthday? And that's December 2nd. And it's like, oh, let's not be late. Let's remember it a whole month earlier, November 2nd. And that's when the podcast drops and you listen to it and say happy anniversary. And even if you don't like it, you lower the volume and allow it to play.
And now we understand why I was given the wrong date of the game show. So anyway, November 2nd is the date. So you go there that date. Okay, very good.
Also follow me on social media. Although just the way you described that made me wish we were in person because I would have kissed you. Okay. And the podcast might suck. So turn the volume down. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's a really beautiful moment where you connected everything and then really insulted me. But it's okay. We got in a fight at the beginning and we're still friends forever. Okay, listen, we can disagree.
You fucking anti-Semite.
You fucking
you Aryan bitch.
Is bitch a compliment or not? I'm so confused today.
Both. It's really. You can follow me at Courtney Maginnis on all social media, including TikTok. I'm trying my best on there on TikTok. I'm posting I got a bunch of fucking clips in the chamber, bitch.
Oh.
Get ready. It's coming in hot.
It sounds like it's real. It sounds like it's real healthy for you. All right. Congrats.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Anyways, send me money so I can get Botox.
And once again, ladies, who am I to tell you you look beautiful? What the fuck do I know? I'm just a horny guy. Okay, so I apologize for that. Wait.
Can I say one more thing before we wrap up?
Please.
Do not DM me that I'm pretty. I'm okay. I know we had a beautiful moment, but I feel very confident. I look at these titties. I feel very confident. So you don't need to check in on me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Is it okay if they say you're pretty in the comments? Because that's another comment and that counts for the algorithm.
Sure. Okay. Absolutely. And maybe a bunch of flame emojis. Thank you.
Yes.
We're living in hell, people.
That's what I always thought those flame emojis meant. It's like, we're in hell. Here's three fuck me's. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon.
Oh my goodness. That was great. We're still live. And I just want to say that there was somebody who, here, Matthew says Courtney Salingo for president 2024.
All right.
Oh
and I think people are into it. So we're gonna go with that. All right.
Love it.
The real FBI got all that fake gold allegedly. Ryan V, you are on my second nerve. All right, you guys. I'm just kidding, Ryan. Have a great day or whatever day you want.